don't know why my drive is backwards. Hold on. There we go. All right, we're good.
Good afternoon. It's David Celine and Carla Weiss, live from Drive. And today we have Tony Lynn of Advanced Auto Clinic joining us. Welcome, Tony.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. So what we're going to do today is we wanted to take and give all of our listeners a view. Tony has a great operation run, so he's going to kind of walk us through some of his operation and give us a quick tour of Advanced Auto Clinic and some of the things that they do. So as we're going, Tony, I know Carla and I will ask you questions, and we'll also relay any questions from any of viewers that are on here. So tell us a little bit about your shop and how you got started and where you're located and everything like that, and we'll kind of start the tour.
All right. I got started in 03. I started in a really small 3-bay rundown, dilapidated shop that was actually about 2 blocks from where I'm at now. Been in business for going on 19 years. Right now we have 4 bays. I'm in southern Wisconsin. Ironically today, I mean, it's been cloudy and kind of rainy all week, and today the sun came out. So it's nice here today. But we're doing really well. Business has been great for the last several years, but especially last year and this year. I just ran numbers, which I was kind of surprised, but we're on target to hit like almost 1.4, 1.5. So business is good, crew is good, everything here. Our economy here is staying strong, so that's a good thing too.
That's awesome.
So you want me to show you like the outside?
Yeah, start with like the front. Yeah, we were seeing your sign behind you.
Okay. So we're on a side street. There's not a whole lot of traffic on this street here, but we have a digital sign which we put up about 3 or 4 years ago. It's really helped with drive-by traffic and bringing people in. One thing that we do struggle a little bit with, because our shop is here and then we share this driveway with another building there. So we only get half of this driveway here. And then this is all we've got for customer parking. We got some parking for customer vehicles in the back, but as you can see, we double park them up here because of that. So we're constantly moving cars. Not as bad as some businesses that have to park on the street and stuff, but it still becomes challenging. Yeah. And this is the front of the building. This bay here is our alignment rack. I believe we've got some customers waiting inside right now, so I don't know if I'll be able to get in the waiting room. But this is our customer entrance. We've got our night drop and our lock boxes for after hour pickup and stuff. Cool. So coming in here, this is the entryway, and we just have our waiting room, which, okay, she must be gone. Nothing big in here. We got a couple of wards, couch, and then TV, which we don't have a whole lot of waiters, but maybe one a day, probably like 2 or 3 times a week. So this is where they hang out. When I originally opened this shop, I had a wall up in here and divided this in half, and my office was up here. And I built my office upstairs now to open this up a little bit better. One thing we like about it is it separates the customer from the service area, gives them a little bit more privacy. So we only have 1 bathroom in the place for customers and employees, which is not the greatest, but we keep it clean, as you can see. You know, if they pee on the toilet seat, they got to clean it up. And this is their service area, which my service advisor she had a family emergency, so she had to leave early, but this is my manager, Ryan. We've got a digital menu board up here, which we utilize for customers' information and stuff. There's not a whole lot.
Looks like we lost video.
What's that? Did you get me?
We just lost you for a second there.
All right.
But we're back.
So we have two workstations. This is Ryan's workstation over here, and then Chelsea, who's been with me. Obviously, that's not Chelsea.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah. So the only paper that we have in the whole shop is in Wisconsin. We have to have a disclaimer. So we have just a vehicle check-in sheet, which we get their signature on that, and then that gets filed over here, and that's the only papers that we have. The rest is all digital.
So, Tony, I have a question now. When you, being that you're all digital and everything, you know, there's a lot of shops thinking about going digital or transferring to digital. What advice would you give them when you're talking about going digital and getting your crew involved with being digital?
Take it in baby steps. We started with just the inspections and fine-tuned that, which took us probably 3 or 4 months. And then we moved into the workflow. We use Auto Vitals, and here's a screen of the workflow, which we utilize that very, very well, just to keep things flowing. And then we've got Napa Enterprise for our POS, which they work pretty good in conjunction with each other. But going digital, it's challenging, because everybody's used to paper, but man, once you go there, like we have the internet go down here and we're lost. We don't know what to do because we've become so reliant on the digital aspect of things. That just speeds everything up and keeps everything so much more organized.
So what do you do if the internet goes out? Really?
Shut down, go to the bar. No. We've got backup. We got some of the old handwritten work orders, and we just kind of do it without the digital, and then we'll go back through, and we do have a paper form for the inspections. And then we just go back and fill in the information. So here, I'll take you out in the shop. Let me turn the radio down here. So I have a production manager, which actually today he's in production instead of being a manager, because one of my techs is on vacation, has been all week. So his station is here, which he's got all the workflow. So he's in charge of checking in the parts, doing some of the estimating, and then keeping these guys organized out in the shop. And then we have a video camera here, which allows us to see, as you can see, I'll take you out back, but out and back, it's the end of the day Friday, so we're winding things down here, but we're usually parked 3, 4, and 5 deep in the back. So to move cars, the camera really helps, so you know which cars you have to grab keys for. We do have a keyboard that keeps things extremely organized. I know that's been a topic many times with a lot of different shops, but a keyboard 1 to 100. And then we have regular key tags, you know, like dealership type key tags. And that's really helped us stay organized. We don't lose keys. Or if we do, they're usually in somebody's pocket. So that keeps things very well organized also. We have our parts drop off here, which is just a small shelf, and then our returns, obviously. So the way the process works is Mike will check in the parts, make sure they're on a work order, and then the parts go in these bins. So instead of having a separate shelf for each technician, we have bins. So each bin belongs to a specific car. So like this one, you can see that bin 8. So the technician, when he sees that tile up, he knows that all of his parts are in bin 8. He grabs the bin, takes it to his hoist, and then carries on.
Show us the bins again. I didn't quite see the bins.
We've had bins that are numbered, and then when all the parts are in the bins, then we just put it on the tile on Auto Vitals on each vehicle.
I don't see a bin number 8 though. I just see 1 through 5.
Okay, right there.
Yeah, but where is the actual bin?
Right there.
Oh, there it is.
Empty,
okay.
And it's empty because he's working on that car.
Okay, good.
Carla's going to double check you on everything today, Tony. So
That's fine. I'd like her to catch me. So we're fairly small shop. Like out here is only about 2,400 square feet. So we don't have a lot of inventory. All we inventory is oil filters, air filters, and then flush kits and stuff. And then our bulk oil and wiper blades. And that's it. So the parts stores are all, we got AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and Napa that are all literally, all three of them are behind that building across the street on the next block over. So we don't have to stock a lot because delivery times are pretty quick for the most part. And if worse comes to worse, we can just go grab the parts ourselves too. So obviously this is an alignment rack. This is TJ, who is one of my interns, and he's going to be rude and not look because he can't hear us. He's deaf. So he's one of my interns, youth apprentice. Right now he's going to tech school. He's in his first year of that. So good hard worker. And it's been a challenge getting him able to do inspections and stuff, but he's able to do them and he does a good job at it. Here is our first day. This is Lupe, which is one of my newest technicians. I've got a pretty young crew
Hi, Lupe.
here. Say hi, Lupe. He's only 22, but I've really come to the realization that breeding him is going to be a lot easier than trying to hire that full-blown super tech. That way we can build habits the way we do it instead of the way he wants to do it.
Right.
This here is Ricky. So he's just doing an oil change inspection on that car. Ricky here, he is, what are you, 25? Huh? He's 25. He's been with me for 5 years, 4 years, 4 years. He's doing a rear main seal on this Mercedes. He's wrapping that up. And then this is Mike, who is my production manager, but we've got him production. He's a master ASE tech. Young, I call him young. He's 36. He's the most senior person in the shop. And then Kyle, which this is his work area here. This is normally his bay. He is 26 years old, and he's not quite ASE master certified, but he just has to take one more test, I think. And then, as you can see, we're pretty tight in here. That's all of our bulk oil, all of our flush equipment. Our air compressor is up top. That I put that like that when I came into this building 16 years ago, because don't really want to put it outside because we're in Wisconsin, and the cold air coming into the hot building, there's a lot of condensation. So I ended up putting it up there and building myself a little closet to store some stuff in because we're really tight on space. Then we've got our tire equipment, and that's about it. I'll run you out back, kind of show you our parking situation out there. And this becomes a real issue here because they'll have lumber dropped off and a semi will be sitting in here, and they'll unload lumber with a forklift, and then we can't move back there at that point. It plugs up this whole area. But we do the same thing when we have tow-ins too. So there's our back area. I do have a storage unit to try and keep some of our stuff, exhaust pipe, and some of our, like we order tires for somebody and we're not going to put them on until next week or something. We'll sometimes throw it in there. We do have a fair amount of courtesy vehicles. I see there's only 3 here now, but you see how our parking is, and we park them, 3, 4, 5 deep when we have to.
Right.
So that's about it. This is a picture from the back of the shop. Looking forward. So, any other questions?
Well, I do have a couple questions for you, Tony, on a couple comments you made over there. And you're talking about growing your own technicians in there. And it's fascinating because it's a mindset that I think that a lot of shop owners need to get into. I just went to a conference not too long ago where ASC had the trainers across the nation all together. and they were going over some interesting numbers. Survey all the technicians that take the ASC test. And they compiled all this data, and some of the survey results they got was that when you combine it over almost 60% of the technicians working in the industry right now have been in the business for over 20 plus years. And when you compared that to the number of technicians that have been in the industry less than 5 years, it was like 9% of the technicians taking tests have been in the industry less than 5 years. And with people that's been in the industry for 20 and 30 years, they're going to start retiring, and we got to do a lot more to bring younger generation into our shops. And I think that I want to commend you for that, because you seem to embrace that.
I do. It took me a while to, I guess, come to my senses.
A little louder. We
Oh.
lost yeah, sorry.
It took me a while to come to my senses on that, because the way I look at it is, if you're in this industry, you should at least know the basics. And I was finding that I could hire a master certified ASC, GM, Chrysler, doesn't matter what they are, and by bringing them, and I find, like Ricky, who's been with me not all that long, and he's young. I mean, I would put him against a lot of the A-techs that I've hired. Not that he's an A-tech in my facility. I would classify him more like a B-tech, but by breeding them ourselves, we're able to create what we want. So I've got TJ, who's the deaf kid. He's been with me for 2 years, and he did a youth apprenticeship through the high school, through the state. And then I put him on the Napa apprenticeship. I am actually hiring another young gentleman from an area high school here, who he's a senior, and I'm putting him, running him through the youth apprenticeship program through the state. And he's got interest in maybe not necessarily going to tech school, but I explained how the Napa apprenticeship program works. And I personally think we can probably do a better job with him ourselves than him going to tech school. But that's his decision, not mine. So I think, and we're building a new shop, so we're going to need technicians, and I'm actually kind of overstaffing right now, in preparation for being able to have enough employees for the new shop.
I have a question. Who does the training mainly on technicians?
I've got a part-time guy he was full-time with me. I got him right out of tech school. He worked with me full-time for 7 or 8 years. Phenomenal learner. He's an awesome technician. He's actually surpassed me. I won't admit that to him by any means, but he's probably a better tech than I am at this point.
We'll have to
and he left me about 7 years ago now, I think it was, and became an instructor at the area tech school. So he left here when he was 28 years old, and he's now 35, I think. So however the math works, I don't know. But he comes in, he's full-time in the summer, and he comes in once or twice a week during the week, usually on Fridays. And I have him doing the training. He actually trains everybody. So we'll have night classes. And sometimes, we'll schedule 2 hours early shutdown on Friday or Monday or whatever, whenever everybody's available. And we'll do training that way too. He'll take some of the stuff the curriculum that he's got, and then we use some of the other stuff. I actually send him to school. I've sent him to ADAS school this last summer, and he'll be doing the training on ADAS with the whole crew that way. So normally what I do is I send him to the classes, and then he comes back and teaches them.
Yeah, it sounds like he's a very good teacher.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's actually, for his age, he actually impresses me. He's if he was a technician here still, he'd be making upwards of probably 150 grand a year, because he's that good.
Nice.
Well, and you brought up a point there, Tony, that I want to share with all of our viewers. Another question that they did all the survey results from ASC on the testing is they asked all the people taking the test, how much training do you get per year from your employer? And, I was kind of blown away when I see these results because the top two category was none or less than 8 hours a year. And
Wow.
it sounds like you embrace training. You do a lot of training in your shop. So I want to just get the point out to shop owners that it is a must to train your employees to keep a good productive crew, but also keep a crew that wants to stay with you. And what have you seen in the results from that type of training program that you put in with your employees?
One thing it does is it really creates a lot of teamwork. Because when we go, we'll sit down and do a class, go out in the shop or whatever. And then when a vehicle comes in with that specific, whatever it is, let's say we did electrical or, relative compression testing or whatever it is. And then we get a vehicle in that we have to do that on. A lot of times you'll see them all kind of gather around the vehicle and make sure that, okay, remember when we did this and that type of thing. So it's really created a lot of teamwork because they're all getting taught the same thing at the same time. So, not all of them are going to retain all of it, or none of them are going to retain all of it. So by doing it that way, they really help each other a lot. And when we do training here, I usually get them pizza and beer, and we make it fun. And then what I have found is a lot of this online stuff, like Napa's got a ton of online courses, doesn't work. I know we're in a Zoom frenzy here in the last couple of years, but it doesn't work for training. It just, in my opinion, yeah, you can get the information across, but technicians don't want to learn sitting in front of a computer for 3 hours. So we do some of that, but then we go out in the shop and apply it too. I mean, obviously with everything, there's some, if you want to call it schoolroom work, versus all being out in the shop. And the new facility that I'm building, actually, we're putting a training room in it. And my hopes to not just train my technicians, but offer it to, the area shops and stuff.
That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about your vision of your new shop.
Well, we're going from 2,500 square feet of shop space to about 12,000. The whole facility is going to be about 19,000 square feet. So we're going from 4 bays to 14 bays. We are setting it up to, we're basically building an ADAS base so that we're going to be able to do ADAS calibrations the correct way in a controlled environment. We are, like I said, I mean, the counter out in the shop, that's these guys, that's their break room. We don't have a break room here. We don't have anything like that. Employee bathrooms. So I'm really setting it up to accommodate my employees and give them a better work environment than what they already have. That's my biggest goal, but then I'm also setting it up to give the customer an experience that they're not, I guess, something that they've never experienced. We're having a drive-through service. My wife is a massage therapist, and the front part of the building, we're actually gonna have a day spa. So people will be able to come in and get a massage. We're putting in float pods, tanning beds, stuff like that, and then a little coffee shop. So a little retail area. And most of our customers are women. So I think that's going to complement, not necessarily their needs, but a lot of their wants. So that'll be kind of cool.
I wouldn't mind having a massage while my car is getting fixed.
And then I'm also going to expand into doing some medium duty truck work in our area. There's nothing available. It's very limited to a lot of these fleet companies that have, landscapers and stuff that have the 450s, 550s, 650s and up. So I'm dedicating 4 bays in the new shop to truck repair. I'm not going to get into heavy duty truck, but medium duty truck.
Cool.
Well, Tony, we are coming up on our time, and I like your vision. I like the way you're thinking it. A lot of outside the box thinking, but also creative ways to put an automotive repair shop together. And you got the basic. You got what I call the basics down. You want to take care of your employees because your employees will take care of your customers, and I think that's such a great viewpoint that you have. And I just want to commend you on such a great job that you've done with your shop, and wish you all the success with your future shops.
Well, thank you. I owe a lot of that success to Drive because I put in, I don't know, about 12 years before I signed on with you guys. And I actually, the first year I went into business, I went to a management success workshop, and I thought I could get enough out of that weekend to control my business for the next couple decades. But the training that you guys have given us have really propelled us forward, and we've taken advantage a lot of the online stuff. I don't like the online stuff for my management staff, but it is very convenient having them do it here. Like Ryan's been in class now, I think, for 3 straight weeks. And it's convenient having him go to class for 3 or 4 hours, and then he's able to step back in and work. So it makes it much easier for us. But I personally, I'd rather go to California or any place else in the country. Like I'm guessing that everybody else wants to do.
Yeah,
Well,
everybody's kind of antsy.
We are looking back to we're looking forward to the times when we can actually do it safe and reliable for all of our employees and everybody that attends those, and we'll keep you updated. So with that, thank you once again for joining us today, and what a great operation you have right now. And thank you for the tour, because I'm sure there's a lot of what I'll say golden nuggets that some of our viewers could get out of what they could do better at their shops. So thank you very much today, Tony.
All right. Appreciate the time and the invite.